Alright. So yeah, what did you just ask me? What stays the same?
Yeah.
What stays the
Market
same
cap
is
or
the circulating supply. So, and you see this little asterisk right here?
Yeah.
That means that all the total cryptocurrencies exist already. If it doesn't have this, it means some of them could still be mined.
Okay.
Some of them are mined before they drop though.
Yeah.
Like everything's different. So
700.
what stays the same is the circulating supply. What makes the market cap is the circulating supply times the current value. You understand? So basically, this divided by this will give you this. So like this is how people would be able to pump and dump this. So what is this, Steam? Let's see if I can pull it up here. Steam USD Binance. Okay, so here we have it. You see? That shit dumped. It when it came out, it started off at $10. Right here, see $10 and like 13 cents. It dumped to $2.50 the same day. And you see if you hit this,
You looking at here?
I'm looking at the volume. I gotta leave it on the candle, but you see how? Look at the line left to right. I'm gonna line it up. You see right there?
Yeah.
So it's 11.213 million. That's how much Steam got sold that day. That much Steam got dumped, and that caused the price to go down from 10 to whatever.
When you sell something, you're dumping it?
No. Dump means like when a lot of the investors, like a large percentage, they sell off all of it. That's what dumps it. Cause basically right here, if it lost, look from $10 to $2, that's like 80%. That means 80% of the Steam that day was sold.
I see.
You know, so right now Steam is pretty cheap, and you can see right here with damn, where the hell, where's Steam? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so you will be able to pump this easily if you had a little team of like whales. That's what they call them, people like with a lot of money. So this is $41 million. We lost, we lost 3.36%, and about 23 million was traded today. Also, now that I see this, oh wait, no, that's regular. All right, 3.36. So about no, hold on. Okay, so the market cap of this coin right now is about $41.8 million. Let's say 42 million. Let me get a calculator. 42 million. And the price is 0.11 cents. So in order for the price to go up like 20%, I would say we would have to add like 20% of this into the market. So let's do that math real quick. 20% will be divided by 5. So $8 million. You feel me? So if you had like a group of whales who had at least $8.3 million
each,
no, in total,
okay,
they could invest this money, you know, and if you did it like all at once, the price would jump 20%. So it will go from 0.118238 plus 20%. You'll go up to 14 cents, you know. So then let's say people saw that and they were like, oh, the price on this is going up, maybe I should invest. That's called FOMO, fear of missing out. When people do that, like, you should never chase something. When it goes up a lot, like, you gotta buy things when they're going down, not when they're going up. So some people, like, you know, that's why a lot of people lose trading with their emotions. You'll see this, like, oh, it went from 11 cents to 14 cents. It's probably gonna go to 20. So then people with that psychology start buying. It gets to 20, and now the same group of people of whales that pumped the price up, they can now sell everything once it gets to 20 cents, and then
because they made a profit.
yeah, and then they take their money out, and that crashes the value, and then the new buyers that came in, basically they're the ones losing the money.
So how can you trust when something's going up when it's
Well, you gotta look for like an organic move and something like, you know, like look at this. When Steam dropped, they released the same day they released, it came down 80%. This is like clear manipulation, you know.
yeah.
Like, oh wait, I'm sorry. This is the monthly chart we were looking at, but still, let's do the weekly or the daily. Okay, still same thing on the daily. Here we started at like 10 cents, $10.10, and we dropped down to $4 in one day. That's like a clear sign of manipulation, you know. But like something like this over here, you feel me, is like more steady. This looks more normal. This looks like regular trading.
And you would go in there when you see it like in that area. Where would you have invested in this? Like
In this, I would have thought about buying. I always like to buy like when I see things getting oversold. So like right here, see like this price, 146. If I had been watching this for a while, I would have been waiting for this to go under this, and then hold on. I would be looking for this line on the RSI to go under this level of 30, and then it did. And then once you start seeing it, damn, it's hard to see when
yeah,
I
I see
zoom.
what you're saying, man.
Once you start seeing it, like starting to turn around, like the direction of where it's going, that's where you would buy. So I guess on this day you could have seen that, or on this day. So if you would have gotten anywhere here or anywhere on the way down here, that would have been like $1.80 down to $1.46, and then after that went up to $2.50. Let's see.
So moments when that line goes underneath that.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to see how much percent you would have made. You could have made 70. Is that a 70%? No way. Yeah, you would have made 70% right there with this. So, because you said when I would buy, right? So I would have bought right there. But because the RSI is so low and the moving averages, like this green one and this red one, the 13 and 34, because they're still under, I wouldn't have hesitated to take a profit quick. So, you know, I would have taken, you know, anywhere along here, I would have taken it. And also when it's in a downtrend and it touches the faster moving averages and it's in a downtrend, it tends to touch it and go right back down. So then you could have used that again. You would have waited right here to. In this case, it never got oversold, so you might have not wanted to buy here because we're still in the downtrend. But then, right here, on April 1st, it looks like
It touches it.
yeah, it touched outside of it, and then it got back in. So even if you would have waited for it to go up a little into here, you would have bought somewhere in this range, and let's see how much you would have made there. You could have made up to 100% in 2 days.
Oh,
You know,
doubled the whole shit.
in like 2 or 3 days, you could have made. Yeah, you would have doubled what you made. But again, like I said, because
Let's go.
this is in a downtrend, you would take profit like as soon as you get the chance. Like
And where would you have sought to like? Alright.
honestly, I would have been satisfied with 10%. I might not have caught this whole 100. Like, you know, if I would have bought here, or actually, I would be looking at major like resistance and supports. So you see right here, this looks like a little support area down here, and then you see right here, this was like the last support around that range. So maybe that would have been my last sell order would have been around that price range, around 2 cents and $2.05. But I probably would have been selling all the way up because this is risky since it's in a downtrend.
Hmm.
But you could have also
So that was a downtrend, but you still could have made money.
yes, because you with the RSI when it's oversold, you know, when people sell to, you know, when something's oversold, it has to bounce because it's just the market's never gonna go up or down forever. It has to move in waves. So also look, if you would have bought in this area right here, and you looked at the RSI, this when it goes up like this, it's called a bullish divergence.
Straight.
So even though this isn't a downtrend, the RSI is showing a uptrend. So maybe you would have kept holding until you seen like a change in the RSI, and then you could have sold right there.
And these things are slow.
This is the daily chart, so this would have happened in one day, and then to here would have been a second day. So you would have started seeing it going down like this on the third day. So
that's good enough. You would have still had some money left. You wouldn't have lost so much.
You wouldn't have lost at all if you would have bought when it's oversold, and you sold when the RSI first starts showing you a bearish divergence. You would not have lost money. You would have made money. You would have at least made at least 30%, but the most you could have made was close to 100 in this case. This is in April 1st, 2018. And then if you continue to look at this, this went back down. So like in this range, I probably wouldn't have traded in this range. But then we got a bullish divergence right here. I probably still wouldn't have bought this because we were still in the downtrend. But then right here on April 13th, we had a cross. So this right here is a bullish signal, and it tells you, it gives you a signal to buy. So if you would have bought after the cross on this day, or this day, or for the next 4 days basically after the cross,
you would have been
good. You would have made a profit. Let's see how much.
So the red one is like, what are the differences in color? Green is what and red is what?
The green is it means the price went up, and the red means it went down. Green candles start at the bottom and close at the top, and red vice versa. The wicks you see right here, that means the price went up there, but it went back down and it closed here. Same thing for the red. So for example, this green candle started here, it went all the way up to here, but it closed here on that day. The next day it opened here.
What does that mean when it closes but there's still no wick?
Okay, you see the stick above the candle?
Yeah, I know.
That's called a wick, like how a candle has a wick. So like I said, green candles means the price opened at the bottom of it and closed at the top in that day. The wick means it went up to that price on that day, but before the day was over, it came back down to here. And the red candles is the opposite. So you would have seen this cross, and then personally I probably would have started selling around here. So because right here it's overbought. When it's overbought, that's a good time to sell, because you know the price is bound to correct soon. So right here in this case, it came out on April 25th. So I would have started selling, it's basically the same range. So you still could have made 76%. Yeah.
It's like 14 hours.
No, this is like 2 weeks. But 100% is a lot, you know. In 2 weeks, look, you would have bought the cross here. You would have rolled the cross all the way until it got overbought, and you would have made about 75%. That's if you took profit when it's oversold. Some people don't like to do that. But right here, you get what's called a bearish cross. It crosses back under, and as you can see, the price kept going down after that. So this would be an indicator to sell.
Taking profit after it's oversold is like still staying in. Like when
taking profit when it's oversold, that just means you're selling when the RSI pops out of this, because this is the normal range Like this is
Okay.
basically measuring price momentum, and this is the range where it stays in normally. So when it comes out of this range, that's abnormal. It's like it doesn't really happen a lot, and it means that the price action went up more like dramatically. So it just wouldn't make sense for it to keep going up after it gets out here.
You can expect that for a short time.
This is the daily chart, so this is more investing than trading. But yeah, look. Then when the cross, if I decided to sell some up here, and I was still holding on to like let's say half of what I started with, I would have definitely sold right here at this cross, cause the RSI is moving downwards, and this cross, so that's a sign to sell. So you would have sold, and then again, if you would have used the same strategy right here, you could have bought around 152. After that, it went up to 179. But after that, it did crash. But we were in the downtrend. That's why I don't like to buy when the when the fast moving average goes under the slow one, because that's a clear downtrend. So this buying in when it's in a downtrend is very risky. Like
So you
I
would
maybe
have
wouldn't
bought
have
this
done
whole
this.
period?
No, I wouldn't have. Like I said, like after this happens, this cross, that means you gotta sell. So you will be looking to buy again when it crosses back over. So if you look over here, it didn't really cross back over. It crossed over here, you see? But when this cross happened, we had a bearish divergence on the RSI. It was moving downwards. So this wasn't really a good cross to get into. But see here, this is the point where we're the most oversold. After here, we kind of started moving up, but then we went down again. But then here, like this is where maybe I would have thought about buying right here, because we were oversold here from November 13th all the way to December 17th. But then it got finally into this purple area, and we're getting like a bullish divergence. So this area maybe would have been a good time to buy, but it was still in a downtrend, so I maybe wouldn't have held on to it for too long. And then
how much time would you have took to make that decision once it at the very start of it's going up? Like,
I mean, I'm saying I might have done this, but I probably wouldn't have, because the green line, the fast moving average is still under the slow one, so this wouldn't be good. And then honestly, after seeing like such a huge collapse like this down here, I probably would have given up on this. I don't really think you should try too much on anything other than Bitcoin. You know, like historically, Bitcoin has proven itself to do better.
Oh, this is Ethereum?
No, this is Steam. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just used this as an example to show you earlier how it could get pumped by a little team of whales.
So the patterns here are different than in Bitcoin.
No, this is the same. I mean, what do you mean by that?
Because I remember you saying there were like certain patterns that you look for in the way they're going. That you have to have been in it. The more time you spend in it, the better you are making a decision. Because you see
not necessarily. I trade based off on moving averages. That's all. That's basically mostly what I use. And then I use the news as a secondary thing. I'm more of a technical trader than a fundamental trader. Fundamentals are like, the news and like the technology and all of that. I just like looking at charts. The news though is a plus. Like I remember when Bitcoin pumped from 74 I think to like
this shit is crazy.
To like when we pumped to like 14,000 almost from 74. I think this was the time around when China announced that they wanted to be the leader in blockchain technology. When the president of China said that, literally the next day we had a pump in Bitcoin. I don't remember exactly where, but I think it was around the 7,400 range, and then we pumped up like 30% or 20% or something. What did you say?
This is the daily chart.
Yeah, this is daily chart.
You ever trade hourly?
Hourly is more for day trading, but if you look at this daily, the daily is bearish because the fast moving average is under the other one. We got a bearish divergence on the RSI, but this is what's making me interested right now. We just got oversold and we immediately popped out. So if tomorrow is gonna show us a lot about what's gonna happen with Bitcoin, because we'll see on the RSI if we can if we can get past 7,100, I could see Bitcoin easily going to 8,000 very fast. Because we've been in this downtrend for quite, it's like an obvious downtrend, look, since 13,000. Since we hit that high back in the 9th of July. We've been in a clear downtrend all the way down. I mapped it out here with this green line and this. Let me change this.
Damn, that would have been a sweet time to sell out that day.
So yeah, between the blue, no, maybe I shouldn't use that color. So yeah, inside that blue line, that's where I drew the downtrend. So in order for me to be bullish on Bitcoin again, I would have to see it break out of this downtrend. It would have to go past 7,100 and stay above. Even if it could just stay up here for like 2 days, I could see it after like
steady.
Yeah, it would at least have to hold 7,100 for me to think that Bitcoin's going up again. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly, it just crossed like 3 weeks ago, and we got a bearish divergence on the RSI. So yeah, I see Bitcoin going down further. That's what I think is gonna happen now. But let me put the monthly chart. So
where's the stop?
Huh?
How much information do you get ahead of time?
Ahead of time for what? About what?
About like Bitcoin.
I don't understand what you're asking.
Like, so for the monthly chart, you get the whole month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like basically on December 31st, that candle would close, and then on January 1st, the next candle would start.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you get it like from like, all right, August 1st? Can you see all?
Yeah, this is live. This is right now. This is all live right now.
So it happens as it goes and it logs it, but it's not like you can see what's happening here when you're here, right? Like August 1st, you can't see what's gonna happen to the 31st, right?
Are you asking me if you can see into the future right now?
Exactly.
Nah, you wouldn't be. No, nobody knows the future. All you have is technical analysis and news, and that's how you can make
so
a educated.
Kind of like hourly then. All these charts are kind of like just live.
Yeah, every chart is live, but the hourly shows you more specific information. Like if I show you the daily, right? It's one candle. This is one candle on what happened today. But if I show you the hourly, you got 24 hours worth of candles. You understand?
Like backtracking, just comparing everything.
Yeah. So basically, if I was, this is the hourly chart. So if I was to put the 2-hour chart, it would be like 2 of these candles in one. You understand? Look, I'll show you. See, so it's like everything.
Average.
This is more. The higher you go up on the time frame, is a more general picture. But the more general pictures show you a clearer picture of what's gonna happen.
So.
Like, look, you see this monthly? Something I've observed personally. We only passed 3208 once, and we only touched it again once. So this is like a very major resistance level that it took us years, literally. It took Bitcoin a lot of years to get past that, and it took like 2 years to retest that support.
To do the same strategy as you can see.
So yeah, pretty much. So these major points that we don't touch much, I like to jot them down because I feel like they're important. Because if we break past these points, it's easy for it to go high, and if it goes under, it's easy for it to go low. So if we do right now, I don't think we're gonna go under 55.43. But if we do go under this level, I highly doubt we're going under 32.54 or 32.08. What I think is gonna happen, like what happened here, last time we touched the slow moving average was here at 4,200. We went down about $1,000, and then we pumped. I think that's what's happening. I think we're having a retest of this moving average. It's probably gonna go a little under this, maybe 5,500 at least. And then after that, I see us trying to break 8,400 again. If we don't get close to 8,400 or break it, I could see it coming back down again.
Even lower, or just within that?
Within this range right here, the 5,500 to 84 range. That's what I think we're trading between right now. I don't think unless we break, this line or that line, I think we're gonna stay here for a while.
Into the next year?
Yeah. I think for the next couple months the price will go down. And then once people, I feel like, Bitcoin likes to catch people by surprise. So I think once the price has gone down so low that people give up on it and they're like, oh, I don't think this is gonna be successful. I feel like that's when somebody's gonna take advantage of this like amazing technology that's undervalued, and they're gonna come in and pump the price up. But there's a lot of uses for Bitcoin, so just because of that, just because of the users and the need for Bitcoin and people having to buy it all the time, that could be another reason to cause the price to go up.
What are the common things people buy? Like, can you buy groceries and stuff?
Yeah, you can buy groceries. There's actually a debit card you can get. It's called BitPay. You can load it up with your Bitcoins and make purchases, and it would automatically convert the transactions from dollars to Bitcoin from you, and it would just charge your Bitcoins. But yeah, even besides that, in countries where they're having civil wars, like China or Syria, and the government can limit their civilians, you can use Bitcoin. If you had to, let's say for example, a country that's at war, let's say your bank got destroyed or something, you wouldn't be able to just go to the bank to get your money to get your food or whatever groceries you had to buy. You could have Bitcoin on your phone. It's easily accessible, and it's just very convenient for certain types of people in certain situations in the world.
Wow. It's around the world. It's much more used commonly than here.
I'm not sure, but I think everybody in the world right now is in a race to get as many Bitcoins as they can while they still can, because we still have 2 million Bitcoins left to be mined, 2 or 3.
Oh, it has an asterisk on it. So
No, look, I'll show you Bitcoin. Bitcoin has 18.1 million, but the total supply of Bitcoin is 21 million. You can see that right here, max supply. But this is what we've mined so far. And then in countries like China or Russia, it probably costs $3,000 to mine, whereas probably somewhere like America, it'll cost you $6,500 to mine. So if you look at the current price of Bitcoin, this is very true to what the price should be, because this is the cost of making a Bitcoin basically, or close to it.
Is this right now?
Yeah, this is right now.
What number?
Well, yeah, I guess that about wraps it up.
Very edifying, man. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah. Alright, it's your boy Crypto Capone. Stay tuned for the Bitcoin giveaways. And if you got anything from this video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.